Hello, hello everybody. If anybody's awake, it's been a long time since I've come live. Uh, I don't know, probably over a year or close to a year. Um, since I've come live, I find myself in a situation where I'm having to go back in history where I've had to clear up my name or try to clear my name after being involved when I was involved in that narcissistic relationship. I'm in a place where I have to clear my name again for a totally different situation that I never saw coming. Um, it's something in life when you reach out and help from the bottom of your heart to the point where you put your goals and your ambitions on a back burner to help someone. And when you decide to step back or you feel like you've been um, not appreciated or disrespected, you decide to back off and you are essentially, you become an enemy. Be, you know, uh, I've been here and I've done this before. I just didn't think I would be here again. Um, Most of you don't see me anywhere because I normally mind my own business. Uh, and it's a reason why I do. And situations like this remind me why stay to myself. You just never know what will happen or what measures uh, a person can take when um, they feel they have been wronged. When you know that you never wronged a person. You literally are gifted a lot of things, materialistic, your time, your talents. Only when you decide to turn it over, let go of the reins and turn it over so you can do what you need to do for yourself, you receive a backlash that is so undescribable that unless you're going through that backlash, you will have no earthly idea because it hits you from nowhere. Your reputation is at stake, your character is at stake. Um, you try your best to maintain, you try your best not to have to be in a place where you have to clear yourself up, uh, but you find that you have to because at the end of the day, you actually know what the story is, but people may just hear that one side without hearing the other side. And then there's a blanket indictment on the person whose side they haven't heard. And if they heard the whole story and if they saw what they could see, the whole situation would flip. And I'm not a messy person. I try my best to carry myself with pride, um, dignity, respect. I try to respect everyone that I'm around at all times. Um, I just want people to remember that when you are faced with a situation, where you know that there are two sides to that story and you trying your best to be dignified and carry yourself, like I said, with an uh, excellent character. You don't want to participate in drama. You don't want to start problems, but your name is being smeared. It's a very hard place to be in where things you have divulged to people, they take it and they do what they want to do with it, like my narcissist friend did to me a long time ago. Um, it's just a very difficult situation to be in, especially when you have uh, receipts or information that could just totally devastate. And I'm not in the business of devastation. I'm in the business of uplifting. I uplift as much as I can. That's my goal is to uplift everyone. Um, been through a lot of trials. I've been through a lot of tribulations. Now, when a situation is over and there is no closure, the only thing there is assumption. But if a person just blocks you off and you have no way of giving that person closure, all there can be is assumptions, just straight assumptions. And it's a bad thing when you can't find fault in yourself, but you can find fault in everyone else. And all I have been to everyone I know to the best of my ability is a kind, loving person who, I mean, I literally put everything I was doing to advance myself on hold to help, not to tear down. No, nothing, no kind of jealousy, no, nothing. Just to you, help you be able to keep your head above water and succeed. Literally neglect myself. Literally just turn everything I'm doing off and to be going through this situation here. It's difficult, you know, it's very difficult. Um, there are two sides to a story. Some people say there is three sides as one, uh, two people's testimony and then the truth. But nobody can ever just listen to one side and make a determination. Because I guarantee if you sit down and you take time to listen to that other side, you'll see some things. You'll see some things. Now, I'm not in the business of tearing anybody down. That is not my nature, you know. But I am, if I'm backed into a corner and I have no choice, then it just, it may have to be a point where I have to produce um receipts. And I'm just not even trying to go there. All I want is peace in my life. I don't want to be torn apart because the person is upset. I don't want to be torn apart at all. Tell, when you tell a story, tell the truth. Don't leave out the other side. Tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Just tell the truth. And I'm 51 years old now, and I'm going through something that I would go through when I was a teenager, somebody in high school, or if I was dealing with a toxic type of individual. But I just want to put a public service announcement out There are two sides to a story. It's not fair to base a situation on one side. And I know what I did, and I know what the truth is. And I know that my mission is never to tear anyone down. You don't build a person up from scratch. You don't build a person up from scratch. You don't take your time to finance, to build a situation up, to even gift your talents to an individual if there's any animosity or jealousy involved. You don't do it. You don't do it. And I really don't want to say much more because um, I don't think I have to. But if you push somebody in the corner up against a wall, they're gonna have to make their way out. And I just don't even want it to go that far. I just want to be uh, left in a position of dignity because uh, it's just like a marriage. When we see people who are married and all of a sudden they say they are getting a divorce, things happen. People separate, things change. But that does not give a person a right to tear somebody down. Control is a weird thing. But one thing about it, when you see one person moving on in peace, you know, and the other person, may not be moving on in peace, or should I say, a person that's doing a lot of talking about the situation, 9 times out of 10, it's bitterness there. And I have absolutely no bitterness at all. I never thought I would find myself in this position as long as I have been out here. I never thought I would find myself in this position. So, as far as me being in a place of accusation and in a place of being possibly um, called what I am not and made to be a person who I am not. I once dealt with a narcissist who did the same thing to me. And what I did was I sat back and I watched everybody eventually see my character and who I am. And I'm going to do the same thing this time because I know who I am and I know what I represent. But once again, you do not put your ambitions on hold and help build a person up from scratch, from the bottom. It's a questionnaire. It's a question. There is a question. If something happened and it does not make sense to you, to a person who's being told something, if it doesn't make sense to you, then there is no sense to it. Because, like I said, you do not build a person up from the ground, from scratch. You do not finance a person. You do not watch them grow, help them grow, only to want them to be torn down. You just don't do it. That is not, and this YouTube thing, I like it, but before I even saw YouTube or came over to YouTube, I have a successful uh, thing happening over on Facebook. A very successful. There is absolutely no animosity, no jealousy, no nothing that resides in my heart. If anything, I give too much and my kindness is taken for granted. So I just have to get out the fact that I am being, uh, my character is essentially being assassinated at this point. And I never thought I would be coming to YouTube to say my character is being assassinated. Never in my life did I think I would be saying that my character is assassinated. But like I said, um, it's very hard to understand if you're only hearing one side of the story. And once again, if my back is pushed all the way to the wall, I will have to produce receipts. And I wouldn't do it out of being malicious, but I have a right to defend myself and I have a right to clear my name. And that's what I would do if I have to. And it's not a threat, it's just what I would need to do to clear myself. But until everybody hears both sides, you cannot base everything on one. I'm not biased. I don't just listen to one side, even when it comes down to my children. If my children tell me so and so did something to them, I listen to what they say, but I also go talk to and so to see what this person had to say. Then that way you can come to an objective conclusion. But once again, I have to reiterate, you don't start a person from scratch. Finance everything. And not only do you finance it, you also give your talents. You do not do all of that just to tear the same individual down. Look deep into the situation and understand two sides to a story. If you amicably want to leave the situation and you want to turn the reins over to a person, just let it happen. Everything is not necessary at this angle. I don't want to get too deep into what I'm talking about, but I had to get this off my chest. I could not rest. And nobody can rest when their character is being smeared. And I'm not going to worry. I'm going to trust in God like I always do. I'm going to pray. And I'm not going to just pray for myself. Because, yes, I do feel like being selfish and saying, God, get me out of this. What did I do to deserve this? I do feel like that. But at the same time, everybody needs prayer. Everybody needs prayer. Everybody. So therefore, I'm going to pray for everyone. Um, I don't know what kind of spirit this is that's attacking me at this point. Um, they say new levels equals new devils. I'm having no understanding, you know. But like I said, if you don't get closure, your mind wanders and you start to assume, and the assumptions can go wild. Speaking and saying things that's not even true because of an assumption. Um, I'm going to try to remain at peace. Um, and I just pray that people will sit back and really reevaluate and think about um what they are doing, um, and also what kind of grief it could bring if I have to bring out I don't want to say that because it sounds like a threat, and I'm not trying to threaten anyone. I'm just gonna leave it at sit back, think. This is just not necessary. So I don't know who's listening. It's late at night. I maybe even talking to myself, but I'll feel better because I got a chance to get it off my chest. I wish everyone well, and I hope and pray um, that I will be seen as the same person I have been since the whole time I have been in over here on this YouTube. I'm the same person. I haven't changed. Um, Thank you to anyone who was listening, and We just gonna pray that everything it keeps. If it's down, let it turn upward. If it's wrong, let it turn right. In Jesus' name. Good night.